My name is Rees and I'm a 20-year-old university student currently living in South Wales. On the 7th of April is National World Health Day, and this World Health Day is all about depression. And let's get in more people to talk. 10% of the world's population currently suffer with depression, and 1 in 5 people in Wales will have and are currently suffering with depression. Myself personally, at a very young age, I used to suffer with depression. Whilst I was in secondary school, it was very hard to talk about how I was feeling, and often used to keep my feelings to myself, and I wasn't prepared to tell anyone how I was actually feeling. It wasn't until I started showing signs of a loss of aspiration and a huge amount of energy that people actually started realising that something was starting to change. So I started to see a therapist, somebody who I could have that conversation with, that I was too scared that they would maybe opinionate me and would share what I was telling them with others. But by seeing somebody and actually talking about my mental health, it wasn't a huge weakness, it was actually a huge strength. And that helped me overcome and deal with my depression. It's important that people realise that you're never alone, you're not the first one, and you're certainly not the last. People can have depression, and we need to start realising that it's okay to talk about it. But it's important to highlight that talking about depression isn't a weakness, it's actually a strength. And if we can normalise the conversations around depression, then hopefully people will feel a lot more open around what they're feeling. It's easy to start a conversation around depression. It can simply start by asking somebody, maybe in the office or at work, how they're feeling that day. If you're actually noticing changes going on in their life, actually have that conversation. It's not an embarrassment to talk about depression and how you're feeling. And actually talking about it, you're going to feel so much better. And it's important that we don't only talk about our own mental health, but we actually listen to others. Everybody thinks of changing the world, but nobody thinks of changing themselves. And change has to start with you. Nobody can push you to do something that you don't want to. But if you want to learn and start knowing how to deal with your depression, then you have to start that conversation today. And you have to be comfortable that you're going to take that step forward. Often the smallest steps in life will make the biggest differences. And just simply having the conversation, sharing your thoughts with somebody can make a huge difference. Depression is nothing to be embarrassed about, and neither is talking about it. So let's start the conversation today.